Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada. So today in this video we will talk about astrology, Jyotish from an spiritual perspective. So let's get started. This is part 1. Jyotish, or also known as Vedic Astrology. This is introduction, the necessity of philosophical grounding. Jyotish Vedic Astrology is called Veda Chakshu, the eye of the Vedas. It is the capacity to see through the immediate, often chaotic appearance of worldly events to the orderly divine administration operating behind them. To approach Jyotish without robust philosophical foundation is to possess a map without a compass. Jyotish is a science. Krishna Consciousness is beyond Jyotish. To navigate the space between these two truths, the validity of the material science and the supremacy of the spiritual reality requires a nuanced understanding of where Jyotish fits within the hierarchy of Vedic knowledge. It requires us to ask, is the future written in stone? Who writes the script? And most importantly, can the script be rewritten? Jyotish, the eye of the Veda. The Vedanga Jyotish of Agad Muni explicitly states, since the Vedas are instituted for the purpose of sacrifices, and sacrifices are dependent on the order of times, therefore only he who knows the lore of time, that is Jyotish or Vedic astrology, understands the performance of sacrifices fully. Consider the implication of this statement. You may know perfectly how to build the sacrificial arena and how to chant the mantras, but without Jyotish eyes to see the time, the sacrifice is blind. A ritual performed at the wrong moment, when the tides of time are unfavorable, yields no fruit. This highlights that the universe is not a static stage but a dynamic moving river of energies. Jyotish is the study of these river's currents. Horashastra is the science of individual horoscopy. The human life is viewed as yajna, sacrifice. The birth chart represents the muhurta, moment of the soul's entry into the material atmosphere, and the planetary periods, the dasas, reveal the schedule of the sacrifice, when to perform actions for wealth, when for procreation, when for renunciation. The hierarchy, Para Vidya versus Apara Vidya. While establishing the validity of astrology as a Vedang, it is crucial for the spiritual aspirant to recognize its limitation. The Mundaka Upanishad classifies all knowledge into two categories: Para Vidya, superior knowledge, and Apara Vidya, inferior knowledge. Srila Prabhupada, a prominent Vedic scholar and Acharya, consistently taught that 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajur, Sam, Atharva, and their corollaries, including the 6 Vedangas like Jyotish, also known in the West as Vedic astrology, belong to the category of Apara Vidya. Why is this distinction made? Apara Vidya deals with the material world. It includes the sciences of ritual, elevation, economic development, earth, regulated sense gratification, Kama, and social order, dharma. Jyotish is a material science because it maps the mechanics of the material universe. It describes the walls of the prison house and the schedule of the prisoner. Apara Vidya is the knowledge by which the imperishable Brahman is known. It refers to the essence of the Vedanta, specifically the Srimad Bhagavatam, which guides the soul out of the material world entirely. Therefore, a fundamental premise of learning Vedic astrology in a spiritual context is humility. The astrologer must admit that they are dealing with the mechanics of conditioning, not the freedom of the soul. The astrologer guides the society through the material maze, but the ultimate goal is to become a Vaishnava who transcends the maze altogether. Now, in the next part, we will talk about the ontology of time and other topics related to Jyotish, Vedic astrology. We are seeing Vedic astrology, Jyotish, from the spiritual perspective. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Thank you very much for giving us your precious time. We will meet you in the next part. Hare Krishna, Jai Shri Prabhupada.